Hey YouTube, Super Shinobi here, and to celebrate the launch of Pokemon X and Y yesterday, October 12th, we're going to take a look at the first wave of Pokemon X and Y 2-pack Monster Collection figures, otherwise known as just figures here. The sets include Chespin and Wobbuffet, Fennekin and Meowth, Froakie and Eevee, Pikachu and Flareon, and Helioptile and Vaporeon, but that one's not out yet, so we obviously can't take a look at it. But we will once I get it. Alright, so first up is Chespin, the grass starter of the Kalos region. He's all sorts of adorable. He is a little bit of a derp, but I love him, and he is terrific. And his evolution is absolutely incredible. Really cute. Like I said, none of these figures do anything. They're just the Monster Collection figures in Japan, but released over here, thanks to Tomy. So nothing incredible, but they're nice, affordable, small representations of the Pokemon to put on any sort of display. Next up, a blast from the past with Wobbuffet from Johto. I love Wobbuffet. He's one of my favorite Pokemon. He is, not to use the term again, but a big derp, and I love him. He's got a little bit of a paint scratch on there, but a nice little Wobbuffet for you to love and care for. And here's Fennekin, the fire starter of the Kalos region, my starter that I picked. Fennec foxes are tiny and adorable, and I love them. So I picked Fennekin, and I always pick the fire type anyway, so it kind of worked out in the end. Cute little Fennekin. It does have a little bit problem standing because it has that paw raised. So if it like tilts ever so slightly, she'll fall over. But just be careful and you'll be okay. I do love the pose though. It's perfect for a Pokemon like Fennekin, little mischievous, little crafty witch fox thing. So really neat. Partnered with Fennekin is none other than Meowth. This is actually the first Meowth in the Monster Collection line that we have over here. So that took a while to get a Meowth actually, but they were really focused on the black and white Pokemon in the early waves, so not really all too surprised. But it's one of Meowth's standard little poses. Like he's about to pounce or do a rap or something like that. But it works. If you can ignore the copyright information on the back of all these Pokemon, they are really nice looking figures. Here's Froakie, the water type for the Kalos region. Again, if you can ignore these, then they are well-crafted figures. I don't have a problem with like the designs or sculpts or any of those type of things on these. They're actually really well done. They are small, they're about 2 inches tall, but they're pocket monsters, so what can you expect? I really love Froakie. If I didn't have that whole fire type starter thing, I probably would have picked Froakie this gen, just because I love frogs and he's a ninja, so that's like epic win in my book. But I'll start with you someday, buddy. Next up is Eevee, a figure that is not new. Eevee was available in the one of the 2 packs from Series 2 of Black and White. The one thing of note is that all of these figures, and so far all the figures I've seen with the X and Y label, are all a nice matte finish on these. They're not glossy. The previous release of Eevee, that I never really had a chance to review, because I never found the entire set, as you can see, has a very big shine to it. It is very glossy, and the colors are a little bit different as well. Half that is my camera, but the colors are a lot lighter on this one, and more vibrant on the matte finish. But as you can see, the figure has a high gloss on the original releases, while all of the new X and Y ones have a nice matte finish. So I have to give the edge to the X and Y releases. The colors are more vibrant, the colors are a little bit more accurate in most spaces, and they don't feel as toyish, I guess, because this one has a very kind of slick to it, while the matte finish ones are fairly smooth. So I have to give the edge to the X and Y toys this time. Next up is Pikachu. I'm sure we've seen this Pikachu before. If not, wow. If we have, not a surprise. But of course, the first series has to have a Pikachu in it because the kids need their Pikachu. But, again, a pretty standard Pikachu. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is Pikachu's generic sprite in X and Y. Like, when you run into it, I think it's just like this. But, it's a Pikachu. Nothing to say there. And finally, Flareon. Flareon wasn't released yet, as far as I'm aware, in the X and Y, or Black and White series. I don't entirely recall, since Series 2 kind of got the shaft in terms of actual retail releases. They popped up very sporadically. But, Flareon is adorable. I do love Flareon. I like the fire type. I love Eevee, so Flareon's a bit of a win for me. And the figure, like I said, with all these, is well crafted, well sculpted, and well painted. So I have to give credit to Tomy for these. They do a fantastic job on the Monster Collection. And just real quick, here's Helioptile and Vaporeon whenever we do get a chance to actually look at the real figures. Helioptile is adorable, and I do love Vaporeon, so I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this one. And looking forward to see what 2-packs they bring us for Series 2 of the X and Y series. These can be found at Toys R Us at the moment. I'm not sure whether they're available in countries outside of the US, what stores carry them there. But I know here, for the most part, it is only Toys R Us carrying these. So they're $7.99 for a 2-pack. So not all too bad, about $4 a figure, which is right along the same price as the Monster Collection figures in Japan, which I think are about 300 to 400 yen a piece, give or take. I'm not 100% sure on that. But they are affordable for $7.99, 2 figures, not that bad at all. It's when you start getting into the catch and carry guys that only come with 1 figure and a Pokeball that you might not want. That's when the line starts getting shaky. But in terms of the 3-pack and 2-pack releases, this is a nice, affordable way to get a bunch of little Pokemon. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of the new X and Y Pokemon get released in figure form, because I do love a vast majority of them. And can't wait to own little figures for them. So, great overall. Like I said, you can pick these up at Toys R Us for $7.99 each 2-pack. Thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.